Hello, my beautiful queens and kings. So, I just wanted to speak about, I know what I want to speak about, but I don't know how it's going to come out and it's like when you're in this in-between state and you have so many things thrown at you and it's just I always tell myself, like, what's the bigger picture here? Like, because when we're chosen, when we're those earth angels, you got to remember, like, we feel sometimes we like things are just like they're magical to everybody else, but to us, like, it's just normal. It's just what we do. It's just our everyday lives, how the way we think, the way we live our everyday lives. But to other people, it can be, um, it can look magical. And so you've probably experienced like sometimes people will get obsessed with you. Like, and I know I've noticed this in my life, and I try to just brush it off and like be like, okay, because we know how divinely protected we are. But I see how it's also put me in a state of not being able to, like, almost like walking on eggshells, and I'm not completely able to really speak my truth. And it's like, I believe that that's what this like transition, it's like I'm in between worlds right now. And, um, yeah, so I started, gosh, I started making this video because of I had a different message I wanted to share. Let me just share that part and then I can get back onto that because I don't want to lower my vibration because of somebody else's obsession and the shit that they go through on a daily basis. Like it's not my fault that other people become obsessed with me and you're miserable because of that. I don't have to take that on. But what I will say is we over explain ourselves too much because we have so much empathy and we have so much sympathy for other people that we want everybody to understand and realize, like, we really mean good by what we're doing. We don't mean any harm. But a lot of people, a lot of toxic people, a lot of narcissists, a lot of sociopaths, a lot of just toxic ass people, they like that shit. They like to see you fumbling your words and not being able to and see like you feel guilty when they know like you're really just coming from a good honest place and you really don't mean any harm. But if they could try to make you think that they think that it's so twisted that they think that you don't really mean good by what you're saying, then that like boosts their ego. And it's so fucking annoying and it's so draining because you're just like like damn, like you that's a lot, like, to be like that. Like, why do you want to do that to people? Why do you want to be like that? Can't we just like, and I know it sounds so corny, but it's like, seriously, can't we all just get along? Can we all just be cool? Like, but it's like, no, that's not how these type of people operate. And the bigger picture of that is because we learn lessons from that and we're able to evolve from that. I say all of that to say, um, per my, I don't know, it was my last video, but I don't know how many videos, it wasn't that long ago where I posted a video where I had explained that I went no contact with my parents. And I feel the freedom, I feel liberated from that. I've broken that generational curse of narcissism was already broken before I physically took myself out. That was just another step to it. However, I was just reflecting on thinking back. I alchemize things now like so fast. And I had an older YouTube video, or excuse me, that too, but an older YouTube channel where back in 2020, I had my first spiritual awakening, like a lot of us did. And I also came across narcissism, and I was like, what the hell? Like, when you've grown up and been programmed and conditioned in an environment like that, you're so confused and you have no idea. Like, you're especially a covert narcissist. Now, I was so confused and was just like never able to truly just be myself and never truly just have like clear thoughts and clarity on anything. Like there was just like blocks in every single area of my life. And so when I had my first awakening, I came across narcissism and I was like, oh my God, like it was so eye-opening to me because I was like, finally, after all of these years, I knew like there was something going on. There was something going on. And then I started digging deeper and I was like, but a lot of these things like this, these narcissists, like they're being overly confident. And I was just like, but that's not the type of person that I was dealing with. And then I came across covert narcissists and I was like, holy shit. Whoa, like this is through and through, like this is completely what I've had to deal with. So it was such a great moment for me to finally have clarity, to finally like feel seen, to finally like have an answer to what this fog of all of this toxicity that I had been going through. So my old YouTube channel, I made a YouTube channel. I was so like, I had my first spiritual awakening. I found out like it was narcissism that I had been dealing with my whole life. And so therefore I felt so much passion into begin a YouTube channel and start talking about it. Cause I was like, I know that damn well I'm not the only person who's gone through this. And so I'm just speaking my story to connect with others. Like it wasn't like, oh, I'm playing. I will say there was a part of me that was still playing the victim because I didn't know the bigger picture yet. I hadn't educated myself that much to that point where I was like, well, what's the bigger picture of this? Because I had just came out of the fog of realizing like, oh my gosh, I'm not actually a human. I'm a soul having a temporary human experience. Like, holy shit, like that, to go your whole life to dealing with, to being asleep, to waking up to that, like that's like, holy shit, like that's a big deal. It's a lot to take on. So anyways, I make my YouTube channel. One of my channels, I spoke about how I was inappropriately touched by a couple of my cousins. And so my mom watched the video and we were talking about it years later. And what she got out of it was, well, why are you telling the family's business? I'm like, hold the fuck on. That's what you got out of that? Like, I'm sorry. Like, if one of my children said something like that, I got questions, like, and I'm gonna need some answers. Like, first of all, like, where the fuck was I at when this shit happened? Like, no, there was no concern at all. Well, there was concern, but there was no concern about me personally. It was more concern about her and her image and why are you telling the family's business? Now, you know how I always say, what's the bigger picture? So she had also said in another conversation where I could tell like she truly felt like, oh, I'm not a narcissist. Like the rest of the family they are, but like I'm not. And it's like, no, you are. But the bigger picture is like, I see, like, I just feel like there's, how we have all these spiritual gifts and all of the different clairs and stuff, clairaudience and clairsentient and all of that stuff. I don't know I can't remember what mine is called, but mine is like, I've talked about this before in another video where you just know shit and you don't know how you know, but you just know. Like how I know like this situation is just temporary. I'm just going through a transition right now. Like it's like, how do you know that? I don't know. I can't explain. I just know, like, it's just this knowing I just have. But anyways, I could tell that she really truly felt like she had done things differently as far as parenting and stepping out of that narcissism. However, she didn't do it fully, obviously, but she was able to like weaken that generational curse. And so sometimes we can feel like, certain people in our lives that were like cause all this destruction in our lives, and we're like, oh, we're the curse breakers, we have to do this and that. You have to remember that no, the people before you that raised you, or the, whatever your situation is, they may have tried in their own way, but they weren't able to fully get over it. This is a generational thing. It just keeps happening like over and over and over again. And so it's crazy to say this now, but it's like, no, like I have anything but forgiveness towards this person, because I understand, like, you obviously didn't do it, but you tried your best. Going through that is not easy. So what her journey and her path was, and how she was raised, was probably very difficult for her as well. However, she wasn't able to completely dismantle this curse of this narcissism and all of the poverty. I can't never say it, being poor. I don't know. Having money issues. Like, I can't say that word. But anyways, like all of these different curses, right? And so that shit's not easy. So you have to find compassion for these people and be like, look, you tried. You didn't do it like completely, but you did try. And you have to honor that and realize that these people did try their best, but they were able to weaken that curse. So when you came in, you were able to just dismantle that shit. Like it may have took decades, but you eventually were able to do it. Or if you're watching this message, it means that you're going to be doing it, and you're going to be doing it very soon. So, but I think it really helps to realize, and it really helps to heal that when you realize, like, man, like this person actually did try. Like, they're not completely off the hook, like, because obviously they've done things to hurt you, but they tried. So I guess the whole point of this message is yeah, I'm just like in this, it's crazy because I'm like in this in between state, and you have so many different people pulling on your energy, and when you're constantly having to work and rebuke people's energies off of you, and then you got people who are literally like obsessed with you, and you're like, can you just go the fuck away? Like, just let me live my life. And it's like, it's darkest before the dawn. So it's just like, I can't, I don't want to say this because I know I'm tired of hearing this shit, but it's true, to just hold on. And it's like, we're tired of fighting. We're tired of always having to over explain ourselves. And just, this is it. Like, this is what we came here for, to help shift the planet. The shift that we're going through. The shit. Seriously, because we've been through some shit for this shift. But yeah, we still have to have compassion and forgiveness to other people, because ultimately at the end of the day, we're all one. We're all one, and we're all here playing roles in each other's lives. As irritating as it is, like, I'm trying, it's just like, just in that, I'm personally just in that in-between state of trying to find compassion for people who kind of feel like they don't really deserve it, but at the same time, it's like, but we're all one at the end of the day. We're all just playing roles, and it's just like, yeah, like, okay. And it's just like, but then it's like, I have to be honest and really honor the place that I'm at, instead of just trying to jump into this position of like being some all-knowing guru and just being like, yeah, like, I get it. Like, we're just all here playing roles. Yeah, but you also have to be present, and you also have to be honest about if something's getting on your nerves, instead of just being like, oh, it's okay, and I just sweep it under the rug. Well, when you do that, guess what? Eventually it's going to resurface, and you're going to have to deal with that and go through all of that trauma, all of the drama. You're going to have to work through all of that and do all of that healing work. So instead of having to bury stuff and sweep it under the rug, just honor yourself. And I hope this message makes sense. I kind of feel like I'm a little bit over the place because, like I said, I'm in this in-between state, and there's a certain person in my life that has an unhealthy obsession with me, and I'm just like, God, source, spirit, get them to leave me the fuck alone. Like, if they like, to me, I'm like, I don't understand why I would still want to be pulling on somebody's energy when they clearly don't want to fuck with me. Like, and it's like, no, like it's an obsession. Like a lot of these people are, when especially when you're that chosen one, that earth angel, a lot of people who are dark, and not like dark in like your skin tone, but like dark energy, and have these entities attached to them, um yeah, they gonna be all over you. And it's our job to, and I'm at the point where I'm like, I'm so tired of being strong, but it's our job to just stay strong, because if anybody can deal with it, if anybody can handle it, it's us. Like, we're those ones, we're very rare, we're ancient souls, so we can handle it. Like, when we're in that spirit realm, we are that we're royalty. Our bloodline is royalty, and we came here to change everything, to shift everything, that all these generational curses. We came here to break all that shit and get back to our true essence. So anyways, I'm gonna end this video because I like at this point I don't even know, like, I hope it all made sense. But yeah, I'm just in this in-between state, and just I keep looking around at this place that I'm in. I cut off my parents and went and going no contact because of the narcissism, and then it's like I ended up in this like janky ass roach motel. But I know this is just a transition. I know what I'm truly worthy of and what I'm deserving of, and this is just a transition. So um yeah, I just felt guided to bring this message, and really, and it's like, here I am living in this nasty ass roach motel. People next door, like the way she screams and yells and cusses at her kids, like, it hits them. Like, I'm like, how the fuck did I end up in this fucking janky ghetto ass place? But I know this is that final, like, we got to crumble down your old life before you can step into your new reality. But it doesn't mean that I like it. I get it, but at the same time, what the fuck? And yeah, it's just like I'm still standing strong. I still have a smile on my face. I'm still able to be happy and still able to be me. But then it's like, it's crazy because it's like my external reality does not reflect what the fuck is going on inside me. And it's like there's a part of me that's like, what what the fuck? And then there's another other part of me that it all makes sense, and it's like you just have this deep knowing. So anyways, I'd really like if you guys could subscribe. Not necessarily, like, honestly, like, yeah, you can like the video and that's great. I do really appreciate that, but I really want to start reaching out and meeting my soul tribe and meeting other like-minded people, because the time is now for us to start coming together, and to also comment, because I want to make those comment something because I truly just want to make those connections. And it makes me feel so good, like, when I'm able to speak to another person, and that's like, even if you're like looking for advice, like, that brings me so much, I don't even like, comfort, I guess, especially going through something like this. Like, I just feel so good just connecting with other people. And yeah, I guess that's the end of this. I'm just gonna start rambling now, but anyways, until next time, I love you and the universe loves you.